Hello, Sam McKeown here. I want to talk a little bit about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the thing I want to talk about is the PCIHO model. Now, you say, what does that mean? There's always acronyms or things like that, but that doesn't even spell out a word. No, it does not. So here's the thing. When someone mentions the words diversity, equity, and inclusion to you, you are going to pop up into one of 5 categories. And it's natural, it's inherent, and it's pretty much who you are. Now, can you move out of one of those categories? Absolutely. That's if you have an open mind and you understand what diversity, equity, and inclusion is all about. Unfortunately, in today's society, we have come to a place where we don't respect or have an idea of exactly what diversity, equity, and inclusion means. So let's go through this. So PCIHO. So when somebody in your organization says, we're going to do diversity, equity, and inclusion training, you are going to be somewhere in one of these 5 categories. You are either going to be a pioneer, which means you are going to be able to create and help facilitate change. You are going to be empowered, and you are going to clearly see the vision for the training. Okay, this is going to be the person that you really want promoting your program. You could be a C, a champion. You'll support the vision and the plans for change. You'll be supportive. What can you do to help? How can I add value? Those are the types of thoughts that you're going to have, the self-behavior and the thoughts that you're going to have. You could be an influencer. You could be the one who carries the message to the community. So that would be the I portion of that. You'll be enthusiastic. You'll say, how can I help spread the word? How can I get others to join? How can I take this further? So that would be an influencer. Now we get down to the last 2 categories, the H, and that is a hesitator. Well, we're going to wait and see. We're going to back up. We're going to look at this from a distance. You'll be responsible. And is this a safe place for you and me? Let's wait and see. Let's not stick your neck out too far. That's where you're going to be. You're going to be a little hesitant in this thing. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, none of these are bad things, because once you get into this type of training and this type of information, you can very well move to the next level and understand what it truly is all about. Okay, or you could be the obstructor. You really don't want to be in that category in today's environment. However, there are some folks who look at the words diversity and equity and inclusion and automatically think that now we're going to do some crazy funky training that says we have to have so many people here, so many people there, we have to do this, we have to count the numbers, we got yada, yada, yada. That is not what diversity, equity, and inclusion are all about. Okay, so some old school folks think that that's the way it is, and there's some younger folks who think that too. So here's the thing: as an obstructor, you're not going to want to see change. You're thinking that this is going to bring about change that you don't want to see, but you don't want to be that way, okay? And you think you're right. And I'm sorry, but when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, that has to be part of corporate culture. If it's not part of your corporate culture, it's time for it to be part of your corporate culture. Don't fear the change, but obstructors do. So don't fear the change. When I've talked to folks who are in that position and they're obstructors, this won't work here. Here we go again. We've seen this all before. Well, no, you haven't. Okay. And my program is very, very down to earth, very, very inclusive. And trust me, when we come together and we start talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, you're going to see it from a whole different aspect. This has been Sam McKeown. Live intentionally, be very, very blessed, my friends.